Fuck it, bitch, I'm not nice.
Guys, I just turned in my last and final assignment. It was a little 3-page essay. I just turned it in. It was my final assignment, last one of the semester, and hopefully of my college career. If they want me to go back for a master's or whatever, people are already in my ear saying a bachelor's isn't enough. You should just use your GI Bill and go back to school. I'm not completely ruling it out, but I will be taking a break from school because I'm tired, okay? But I'm officially done with this semester in my bachelor's degree. Thank God. Now let's get into some more mess, okay? Concerning Angel Reese, women's basketball, the WNBA, and more specific, the Chicago Sky. So, you know you done messed up. You know you in the wrong when no other entertainment entity other than BET is calling you out on your nonsense, guys. Yes, you heard that right. BET, that stands for Black Entertainment, okay? Hasn't been black, hasn't been entertaining for I don't know how long, okay? Over like a decade now. But they love Angel Reese down. I believe she won at least 2 BET awards. And just recently, I believe this past summer, she won Female Athlete of the Year award, okay? And I talked about that here on this channel and all the controversy surrounding it because the boxer, Clarissa Shields, okay, she's like the #1 woman boxer in the world, I believe, something like that. Like she has like a crazy resume, okay, when it comes to the world of women's boxing. And, she called the BET Awards out on that. She was like, I was more deserving of winning Female Athlete of the Year. Y'all gave it to Angel Reese. And, it was a whole bunch of drama. But, again, BET has always supported Angel Reese, okay? And they still support her because they have come out and talked about how shady the Chicago Sky is towards Angel Reese. Guys, please allow me to read to you a little bit of an article, okay, brought to you by BET.com. Okay, it is titled Opinion. Angel Reese wasn't wrong. She just said what everyone else was thinking, okay? Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, it is pretty lengthy. I don't want to read the whole thing. It's like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot, okay? So, let me just read to you a little bit of excerpts, okay? It starts off by saying, Angel Reese is learning a tough lesson. In professional sports, telling the truth about your team can get you benched faster than missing a defensive assignment. The Chicago Sky suspended Reese for half a game after she aired her frustrations about her team's lackluster 10-31 season and called on management to bring in great players. In an interview with the Chicago Tribune, Reese was candid about wanting better teammates and a stronger roster, even hinting that if the Sky can't deliver, she might explore other options, okay? And that is well within her right. It reads, that honesty led to a suspension. But let's be real, was Reese wrong? Or is this just another case of a team protecting its ego instead of embracing a star's competitive fire? That's exactly what I said, okay? Throughout this whole ordeal, I called out Jeff Pagliacca because he is the general manager. I said Jeff Pagliacca and perhaps maybe also Tyler Marsh and the rest of the coaching staff and the front office of the general manager are punishing and actually retaliating. In my opinion, this is retaliation. They're retaliating against Angel Reese, including bullying her, because they don't like that she has shattered their ego and pride. And self-esteem, perhaps. She kept it real about her frustrations with this team, how they are a bunch of busters. There are no real talent, there's no real competitiveness on this current roster. And that if they don't get it together, she's going to be gone. It says losing hurts and silence doesn't fix it. It says the Sky aren't just struggling, they're sitting near the bottom of the standings, fighting not to finish last. Reese, meanwhile, is averaging a double-double and leading the league in rebounds at just 23 years old. She's already a 2-time All-Star, a walking highlight reel, and one of the main reasons Chicago has any national visibility this season, and they are not wrong. If it wasn't for Angel Reese, I say 80% of the ticket sales, who would actually show up? Who would buy the tickets if it was not for Angel Reese? And also Camilo Cardoso. Nobody. And yet, she's expected to smile through post-game pressers, take the blame for losses, and pretend that everything's fine. That keep your head down, don't rock the boat approach to team culture is outdated, especially in a league that's trying to grow its audience and keep its best players stateside instead of losing them to more lucrative overseas deals. Says Angel Reese's frustration is valid because she's not just playing for herself. She's fighting for her legacy. I always said that. I swear to God, I've been saying this for, look at my past videos. I said Angel Reese has a legacy to protect. In Chicago, Illinois, it makes me so sad. They literally made 2 basketball courts called the Angel Reese courts. Okay, with the Chicago Sky regalia, so to speak, on it, right? It's 2 basketball courts in Chicago along the shore of Lake Michigan. And this is how y'all treat her? Look at what she's doing for women's basketball, for the Chicago Sky specifically. She's done so much for this organization, and she does not deserve to be suspended for her comments on her terrible teammates. She's fighting for her legacy. her future contracts and the long-term success of a franchise that hasn't been competitive since Candace Parker led them to a championship in 2021. I talked about that too. I said it's a miracle. But then again, it's not because of who they had. It's a miracle that the Chicago Sky has any championships at all. They only have one back in 2021 thanks to Kalia Copper and Candace Parker. Says silence doesn't fix losing, and Reese knows it. It says when men do it, it's called leadership. Exactly. It says let's call this what it is. It is a double standard. In the NBA, star players openly criticize their front offices all the time, and I agree. I believe it because it's true. LeBron James has essentially acted as a shadow GM for years, and people call him that. They were talking about this on TikTok, like LeBron James pretty much is the GM of the Lakers, because if he don't like what you're doing, if you're not producing, if you're not being efficient, effective as a team player for the Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron James is going to get you up out of there. He is the GM. LeBron James has forced teams to make blockbuster trades and signings. Michael Jordan's ruthless pursuit of greatness is legendary. His teammates have admitted he was relentless, sometimes cruel, but his legacy is the GOAT, not difficult, right? When you're a man, it's okay. Even Kobe Bryant, he would literally walk out of freaking practices. And he said, I remember it was a video, he said, y'all soft like Charmin. Like, you know, Charmin, the toilet paper roll? He said, y'all softer than Charmin. He said, I ain't got nothing, time for this. Y'all crying, not catching the ball. Y'all not doing what needs to be doing in practice. Y'all not doing what y'all need to do in practice. Y'all softer than Charmin. I'm out of here. This is a waste of my time. See, when a man does it, it's fine. But a young black woman such as Angel Reese talks about how she's tired of the nonsense. Like we all are. She literally, and the thing about it is this, right? So forgive me, guys. This might be another rant video. Angel Reese could have really disrespected them. She could have really brung it to them. She could have really said some like really insulting things, but she still kept it professional. That's why I'm confused as to why they were retaliating against Angel Reese. She kept it very cute, very mute. She kept it very demure. She was just like, you know what? You know, this is a very exciting team. I like it. But she's like, you know, look at the Golden State Valkyries. On paper, the Valkyries are not better than the Chicago Sky, which I believe is a lie, right? But she was like, they are coached. They have a hard coach. They coach hard as hell and they play hard as hell. And she was just talking about how like she wants the same for herself, as well as her teammates, and as well as her team. She did not disrespect nobody. She did not deserve to be suspended. Again, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, the Kobe Bryant, may he rest in peace, they had that ruthlessness. They had that championship mentality. You cannot go through this world, go through this life in any industry, specifically professional athletes. Are you kidding me? A very highly physical, competitive, the nature of it. You can't be passive. You cannot be passive. Angel Reese was not wrong at all, and she did not deserve to be punished. Again, being passive in this life will get you nowhere. Specifically in the sports world, you gotta be aggressive. Sometimes you gotta be a bitch. You gotta have this almost like a spirit of arrogance, a spirit of ego, in order to accomplish the trophy. Nobody wins a trophy by being weak and demure. Nobody wins a trophy by being submissive, silent, and being passive, allowing their teammates to just be led to the garbage can instead of to a championship. That will get you nowhere fast. Okay, let me just read to you a little bit of the closing. Okay, they go on to say the WNBA is changing, whether teams like it or not. How women athletes deserve the same respect as male athletes, I agree. And of course, it says a half-game suspension won't change the truth, and it won't. What's said has been said. What's done has been done, okay? Y'all can suspend Angel Reese for the rest of the season, next season, until the Chicago Sky change, specifically from the top to the bottom, right? The captain of the ship being Jeff Pagliacca, our general manager. Things don't change until you change it. Suspending Angel Reese did not stop the fact that the Chicago Sky sucks as a whole, as a team, as an organization, as a staff, record, a label, and a crew. Okay? It didn't change that. If anything, it magnetized it. Specifically when they decided to retaliate against Angel Reese to suspend her. Now you got BET out of all the platforms talking about this mess, about how wrong it is, how wrong they are for doing this to Angel Reese, and how, again, y'all can do what y'all want to do, y'all can say what y'all want to say. Angel Reese ain't told not one lie in that interview. Everybody is calling out Jeff Pagliacca, the front office of the Chicago Sky's BS. My question is, what are we going to do with that? Tonight, we play them tonight. At 10 o'clock, I'll be here talking about it. They claiming that Angel Reese's back injury is back. Her back injury is back. And more than likely, she will not be participating in today's game. I don't know. It looks like she don't want to play no more. DeWanna Bonner, ring a bell. Remember, DeWanna Bonner didn't want to play for Fever no more. So she was injured. And then she was out for personal reasons. And then she had that trade to Phoenix Mercury because she got that pool. She got championships underneath her name. Well, Angel Reese has some pull. She has a lot of pull. And though, yes, it was in college, she still has that championship to her name. She has power, and they know that. But unfortunately, the Chicago Sky's GM, they make these silly decisions out of emotions, throwing away Kennedy Parker, your star player, throwing away Teresa Weatherspoon, even though, like, again, I have to reconcile with the fact that I was wrong for advocating for her firing. Okay, that was wrong on my part. Looking at what we got with Tyler Marsh, I'm like, we need Spoon back. And that's just real talk. Okay? It is what it is. But it's like, they have a Jeff has a freaking history of making dumb decisions based on emotion and pure. I don't even know. They said that this man don't even know a lick of basketball. They saying that he never played basketball, not high school, college. He was like I think they said like he was like a basketball coach assistant for his son's team or some mess. He has a master's degree in sociology. All right, I already broke down his resume. It's not that well, versed for women's basketball or sports basketball, period. And it shows. Again, guys, tonight we have a battle. It's a losing battle. Of course, we're not getting into the playoffs no matter what happens tonight. But we have to play the Las Vegas Aces again. More than likely without Angel Reese again. What's going to happen? We shall see. I'll be here on my channel to call that. But again, to me, it appears as though Angel Reese don't want to play for the Chicago Sky anymore.